All right, good morning. Committee on Parole is reconvening. We're at Jefferson Parish Correctional Center. It is Wednesday, January 2025. It's 9:47 a.m. Good morning, sir. Would you introduce yourself for the record?
Good morning, Deputy Marlboro, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office.
Thank you, Deputy Marlboro, for accommodating us once again. We appreciate it. And our first case there is Mr. Jackson.
Yes, ma'am. Got him right here.
You're ready. Good morning, Mr. Jackson. Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and your DOC number.
Well, Johnny Jackson, DOC number 322151.
Mr. Jackson, my name is Cheryl Renatza. Mrs. Ledoux is seated to my left. Mr. Barra is seated to my right. We're here for a revocation decision this morning. Do you have your parole revocation questionnaire there with you?
Yes, I do.
And sir, is that your signature down at the bottom of that page?
Yes.
And based on that information, sir, you're not eligible for appointed counsel this morning. So are you ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to read the allegations against you, after which you'll enter a plea to each one of guilty or not guilty. And then Mrs. Ledoux will be asking you some questions about your plea and your situation. All right, you're accused of violating condition number 2, and it reads, you were ordered to report by phone every week to your parole officer. You failed to report to your parole officer by phone as ordered. How do you plead to violating condition number 2?
Guilty.
All right, the next one is condition number 3. You moved from your address of record without notifying your parole officer. You failed to report a new address to your parole officer, so you absconded supervision on or about January 1, 2024. How do you plead to violating condition 3?
I was in
Guilty or not guilty? Or with or without a statement?
guilty.
Guilty with a statement?
Guilty with a statement.
Okay, and we'll take the statement shortly. So I have 2 instances of condition number 4. The first one states on April 3rd, 2024, you were arrested by Kenner Police Department and charged with hit and run driving and driver not licensed. So how do you plead to that violation of condition number 4?
Guilty.
Then the other instance is of number 4. On April 24, 24, you were arrested by Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office and charged with stalking. On December 16, 2024, you pled guilty to stalking, a misdemeanor, and you were sentenced to serve 7 months hard labor under Jefferson docket 242282. How do you plead to that instance?
Guilty.
We have condition number 9, and it states you left Odyssey House without notifying your parole officer. You failed to report a new address to your parole officer, therefore home visits could not be made. So you absconded supervision. How do you plead to violating condition number 9?
Guilty.
Lastly is condition number 10, which has to do with your fees. States you're currently $693 in arrears. You've never made it toward your supervision fees. So how do you plead to violating number 10?
Guilty.
All right, sir, would you answer Mrs. Ledoux, please?
Mr. Jackson, according to my record, you're a 6th felony offender. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
If you were a 1st felony offender and had some of these issues with failing to report, I might be able to understand that you're not familiar with the system. But as a 6th felony offender, you understand your obligation. Is that correct?
Correct.
You pled guilty. I don't know that that there's any excuse for criminal behavior while you're on parole supervision. And the PNP officer cannot supervise someone they can't find. Okay. So those are no questions. I just want to point out that information as a basis for my decision at the appropriate time.
No question.
All right, I don't have any questions either, Mr. Jackson. You pled guilty to all violations, so I think we are prepared to vote. Mrs. Ledoux.
My vote is based on guilty plea to 6 violations to revoke your parole.
Mr. Barra?
I vote to revoke parole for the same reason.
And I as well, Mr. Jackson. My vote is to revoke. You pled guilty to all violations. So today, sir, your parole is being revoked. Good luck.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Good luck.